It's like the Harley of e-scooters, you know. People are going to be like, whoa, you got yourself a Segway. Hey everyone, it's Andy Baryer, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. Today, my friends, we're talking all about e-scooters because if you subscribe to my channel, you know I just did a review comparing 3 of these e-scooters that are on the market today. Well, I'm going to take one of those and do an in-depth review because I feel that it deserves it. And I didn't do enough justice in trying to compare it to the other 2. We're going to be looking at the Segway Ninebot Max. And this is like the Cadillac of e-scooters. And I'll explain why. We're going to try to figure out basically if this is something right for you or if you should look for something else. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn ready, give me a intro. Now, of course, you all heard of Segway before. They created that human personal transporter back in 2001, supposed to change society. It didn't happen. So 20 years later, now they got this push-kick e-scooter. And I gotta say, it is well built. This is a very sturdy design, well constructed, used good materials. It's not something that's gonna break down. Basically, I'm trying to say it's not cheap, okay? This is not a cheap product. This is premium products. And what I really like about it is the large platform on the bottom. Of course, being an e-scooter, it's got your T-frame handlebars, but it's that platform, that rubberized platform that is non-slip proof. And it's super large. In fact, it is so large, in the event that you needed to, like, you know, I'm Indian. You should see us. You ever see people in India driving scooters? They got like 6 people on it. Well, you could definitely get 2 people on this one because of that large platform. Of course, the person in the back is going to have to hold you. Maybe you want to take your girl out for a spin. You're like, come on, girl, jump on in. Hold tight, baby. We're going for a ride. You can do that with the Segway Ninebot Max. It handles up to 220 pounds. So I don't know how much you weigh, but you probably don't want to exceed that with 2 people. Something to take into account. Part of me just wants to see, like, you know, 2 human adults if it could handle it. I should maybe I should try that. I don't want to break it, but I definitely want to try that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the portability of this because it is your typical e-scooter with that T-frame, but it does fold down. And the folding mechanism is actually quite nice, and it's super quick to just, like, you know, fold it down. On the front is this latch that goes to the stem, and you open up that latch, but it also has this other clip that goes into it that secures it in place. And basically what that means is that when you have it completely upright, you're not going to be riding and the thing is not going to suddenly dislodge, you know, so that is a great safety feature. When you fold it down, it's quite simple. You just have to dislodge that safety thing, open the latch, it goes down, and on the handlebar itself is this little tiny kind of clip that will clip into the back part of the wheel. Once you do that, it's kind of sitting on an angle, the stem, but then you can pick it up from there. Here's the con, folks. This is what y'all need to know because I'm going to say a lot of great things about this, but this is the one bad thing. It's freaking heavy. Like, I mean heavy. 41 pounds heavy. Just for context, I can curl 40-pound dumbbells, maybe like 5 reps. Now I have to carry a 41-pound e-scooter all the time. I'm telling you, I can't be going to the grocery store and just carrying this with one hand. If it's like you're throwing this into a trunk, not a problem. If you live in an apartment building and you just need to take it up the elevator, not a problem. But I'm saying you're not going to be going into the mall and carrying this around, folks. And that is something you really need to know. 41 pounds is quite heavy for an e-scooter. The other ones that I reviewed, one was in like 31 pounds. Not bad. I could totally, you know, carry that for a longer time. And then the Unagi one, man, that thing was like 26 pounds, man. It was super light. But it had like virtually no suspension. But I gotta say, without suspension systems, it does a very good job of absorbing a lot of the shock as you're driving. So it's not like the best suspension system that I've reviewed in an e-scooter. Kugo, you guys are the ones for that. But it's pretty comfortable. So whether you're on a bike lane or even on a cracked sidewalk, you're still going to have a decent, comfortable ride with the Segway Ninebot Max. Now let's go ahead and talk about the charging, because there was something that really surprised me. The actual charging block is built inside the platform. What that means is that you only have to carry a single standard 3-prong cable. A lot of people call it like the Mickey Mouse ear cables, because it looks like you got like 2 ears and a mouth. But it's a very standard cable that a lot of people have, and that's great because you don't have to carry that bulky charging block. Not that you really need to, because I haven't even talked about the speeds. You can go 30 kilometers per hour with the Segway Ninebot Max and a distance range of a whopping 65 kilometers. So you probably don't even need to carry that cable unless you're going for freaking long distances and then you need to charge it up. So that and the regenerative braking is another interesting feature, because the regenerative braking, I don't know if you guys know how this works. You see this in electric cars, but they're now doing it in e-scooters. Basically, when you let go of the gas, that movement, it's collecting that energy and then restoring it into the battery, which theoretically should extend your range because you're not wasting that energy. You're capturing it. Because if you remember from Science 9, I never forgot this, energy cannot be created and destroyed. It merely changes form. So you're taking that energy of you rolling, capture it, put it into the battery, and that is what is happening inside the Ninebot Max. Another interesting thing about the battery, and this is an important one, because I don't know if you guys remember those hoverboards back in the day. Remember those hoverboards? Everybody was, riding them. Well, some of them blew up, and that's because there wasn't protection in the lithium-ion batteries. They came from knockoffs from China, and they didn't put much care into that. And what happened? They blew up. Well, the Segway Ninebot Max has a smart battery management system to prevent that. So you're not going to have to worry about the battery blowing up, basically. Especially from a company like Segway. This is a reputable brand. They've figured out the whole battery thing, so that's something you don't have to worry about. Now let's talk about my experiences riding this e-scooter and who I really think it's for. Let me put it this way. You are not going to find a more comfortable ride on an e-scooter than the Ninebot Max. Like, it is smooth as butter. The platform is big. It's just overall a very comfortable ride. This is the Cadillac, my friends, of e-scooters. 100%. It is a comfortable ride. You're going to feel like you're the boss, the man of e-scooters when you're driving. It's like the Harley of e-scooters, People are going to be like, whoa, you got yourself a Segway. And it's just because it's comfortable. Now, it is a push-kick e-scooter, and that means that you actually have to push to get some movement before the throttle will accelerate. And that's a safety feature because you don't want it to run away from you. Some people might not even stand on the platform and they hit the throttle and then it just like pushes them. It's not going to happen with this. And you see this with a lot of the e-scooters. They have that feature. You actually got to push, get moving, and then the throttle will work. And that's another feature that I really liked about it because it just makes it safer. They say the ages are 14 years and up, and it makes sense to me. Any 14-year-old should be able to ride this. I almost want to say it's like riding a bike, but it's not. It's like riding a scooter, like a kick scooter, except this one has got a battery power in it, and it will ride it for you, so you don't have to keep kicking all the time. So basically, whether you're a novice or anybody, you're not going to have issues riding this. It's pretty darn safe. I think 30 kilometers is about the fastest you want to go on one of these e-scooters. Of course, I would love to go faster, but then you're going to kind of hit the danger zone. Now, who is this for? A very, very specific person. I want you to listen to me carefully and who this is for. It's for somebody who needs kind of like to replace their commuter vehicle, whether it's like a bicycle, maybe you have a car and you just need to go like 10, 15 kilometers back, there and back every day. This could do the trick, provided that you don't really need to carry anything, or anything that you do need to carry, you can put in a backpack because you can't essentially, you need your hands to operate it. The thing is the weight. I'm telling you, the weight is the biggest issue of this. Otherwise, man, if it was just like made out of lighter material, boy, this would be an amazing e-scooter. But at 41 pounds, this is not something you can just carry around with you. So you have to have a specific purpose. It's something that you get to your destination, you fold it down, you pick it up, and you put it somewhere that's not very far, somewhere where you don't have to carry it. So like if you live in an apartment building and you have to take it up an elevator, you could totally do this. You know, you can carry it for one hand, probably two hands for most people. But if you're got to go upstairs, do not get this unless you want to work out every time you walk up the stairs, because folks, you're going to be carrying, it's literally like carrying a 40-pound dumbbell, except it's this big and you got to carry it upstairs. It's not going to be comfortable. So provided that you have a space to place this, whether say you're going to work and you got an office or somewhere where you can drop it off and then you just bring it back home, I'm telling you, this is fantastic. If you're using this to like, you know, run to the grocery store to pick up a couple of items, you're going to be hard pressed because this thing's freaking heavy and there's no way to lock it. You know, they don't even have like a little loop, which is something I would have liked to see, a little security lock or some way where you can attach a bike lock to this, lock it outside, run inside, get some stuff, and then, you know, unlock it and then go. Because I just can't see the average person carrying this around unless you're pretty big and strong. That said, it's a very, very comfortable ride. Probably the best, smoothest e-scooter experience that I've ever had. If I had the choice to ride, say, 3 e-scooters and we just had to go somewhere, I would pick this one. I just don't want to carry it, folks. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Segway Ninebot Max. If you tried this, if you have any questions, if you're in the market for e-scooters and you have any concerns, yo, holla at your boy, okay? I respond to all comments on my channel until I get like so big that I can't handle it. I'll probably still try, but just leave your comments. Your boy's going to answer you. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Segway Ninebot Max. My name is Andy Baryer. Handy Andy. You can get more information about me on my website, handyandymedia.com. Once again, Andy Baryer, signing out. See you next time.